It's October 10th, 2020. I don't think this has much to do with COVID isolation, but I'm suddenly having a lot of flashback memories. Most of my life I managed to piece together in my autobiography, but it's already almost 300 pages. It's too long. I'm not going to put them all in there, but there was a woman that I met, and I'm not sure the year. It had to be in the 60s. Had to be after I had given up my son for adoption, and it had to be long after I stopped seeing my son's father, George, and I was well enough to be working again. And during 1963 to 69, I wandered the streets of Toronto a lot. The police had warned me about doing it at night, and I stopped doing it at night. I would sit in a coffee shop, and I was doing on and off part-time work here and there, but this had to be when I wasn't working full-time, because it was during the day, and I used to take part-time jobs. The 60s were very erratic, and I have a lot of memory blackouts, and it wasn't because I was drinking, it was because of my undiagnosed disease. I'd spent 2.5 months in the Mount Sinai on 66, and they never figured anything out. But somewhere in my wanderings, I met this woman, and I must have met her ballroom dancing, because I was a member of all the ballroom dance clubs in Toronto. And she had invited me to her apartment. That building is no longer there, but it was a lovely apartment that was overlooking the Don Valley River. And in the back was a ravine with walking paths that went for miles. And she had 2 black ballroom dresses that she gave me. Now, I was like a size 3. I was so thin. I was 5'8" and skinny. And that was because of my disease. Eating made me sick, so I tended not to eat very much. Eating still makes me sick, only now I figured out how to eat, and now I put on too much weight. But anyway, I started to gain weight in around 2000, and the one black dress, I was watching a movie and she had a black dress on. It reminded me of those dresses that this woman gave me. And the second one I gave to a girlfriend, Jill. I thought she would appreciate it, but it was a flare and she didn't like it and she gave it away, and I don't know what happened to it. I kept them for decades just to remember her. She was such a special person. The love of her life, she married, also a ballroom dancer. And I believe they were dance instructors. And on the night, their wedding night, before they had even a honeymoon, he took a massive coronary and died. He obviously had some kind of a heart disease that had never been diagnosed or was genetic, don't know. Massive coronaries do happen to men, not as common in women, but to men, and can be genetic. And she now had cancer and was very limited in her dancing. And I would visit her until she wound up at the end dying in the hospital. And I don't know why she comes to mind tonight, but I know that they're together in that other dimension. and they're happy. And what they didn't get on this earth, they're getting now. Maybe what I'm trying to tell some of you people who are grieving your loved ones who've died with COVID-19, I want you to know I have witnessed the other side. I have a special love who died when I was 19, and he rescued me more than once. So the death on this planet is not the end. It is merely the beginning of a spiritual journey in another dimension that for most of us is far better than this one. And I can promise you that people like my father and my rapists and Donald Trump, they're not going to be there. But most of you are going to see and be with people that you love and that love you. So just take it slowly, minute by minute, day at a time. And whatever you can do in this life, on this planet, try to help as many others as you can. This is what he taught me, and that's what I've done.